this world just frustrates us so much. But just sit back and look at children, yo. Your children, look at them and appreciate them. I know all that stuff they do make you crazy sometimes. But look, they so amazing, yo. You hear what Abarah said? He said, grandfather, I came here to see Eden, and it was so wonderful. He was not astonished like Yasakai was. That's all young Abarah knew. Now he wasn't overcome. Abarah expected to go to the Oaks of Pathak and see Eden, and he did. Faith. He had faith. He believed his granddaddy, Yasakai. He believed his grandtie, his grandmama, his first mama, Kava, who he called Naba. He believed. The Lord wants us to believe. Abarah ain't believe because he has seen. No, he believed because he felt it in the spirit. It bore witness to his spirit. Therefore, he believed. Abarah from youth had a high degree of faith in the spirit. Through the series, the Lord is showing us the importance of faith in the spirit. Huh? Man, that's amazing. That's amazing to think about. We get all these distractions and all this program in our life that makes it so hard for us just to believe. We think we do. We go pray, go to Sabbath and do all we think we, but ask yourself how much you believe. Look, Abarah ain't never been to the Oaks of Pathak, and he just knew he was gonna see Eden. Let's keep reading, y'all. Oh, that means something. That faith means something, and we're gonna see it right here. Let's read verse 9. And on the way home, the view of the natural world of Eden could almost be seen by Yasakai as he looked about. And when they arrived home, Yasakai was weak with his joy, and his knees could not hold him up. And he lay down, and Kava tended to him and shared in his joy. And she said, I told you one day you would behold it again. And I told you, man, you heard what she said, y'all? And she said, I told you one day you would behold it again. And he said to her, the purity of heart of this little son and his faith caused me to see a view of Eden, which I have longed for. Man, hold up. Man, shut up, man. I feel good for Yasakai. I know this happened so long ago, but that made me feel good for him. He'd been longing for this. Yasakai said the purity of heart of Abarah. That's one. Take notes, fam. Take notes. First, you got to believe. Then to have a pure heart. The purity of heart of Abarah. And his faith. You got to have faith, fam. You see that? And his faith. Abarah just knew he was going to see Eden. Deep faith. He had deep faith, strong faith. That's what Moses is asking for us to have. A strong faith in him. A strong faith in his word. A strong faith in his spirit. When you understand his spirit and how his spirit talks to you, you need to have a faith in his word. That's what he wants you to have. That's what we learn in here. Kind. Let's read what Yasakai said again, right? The purity of heart of this little son and his faith caused me to see a view of Eden, which I have longed for. And I had supposed that I would bless him. But he has indeed blessed me. And now I know that Eden is still there. And it awaits us to return. And I can find peace in my soul. And we shall overcome the forces of this world. He said, and we shall overcome the forces of this world. That boy Yasakai was built. He got built up in the Ruach by this experience. He got built up in the Ruach. See, this whole time his wife has been holding him up tight. See what she said? I told you was going to see it again. Man, she knew the feelings of his heart and she encouraged him. She did not let him lose hope. But now he done had this crossover experience. Yeah, and he was speaking like with a new passion. And we shall overcome the forces of this world that bind us, right? And we have done so by the power of holiness in repentance. I'm going to read what he said again. Huh? I'm going to read what he said again. The purity of heart of this little son and his faith caused me to see a view of Eden, which I have longed for, and I had supposed that I would bless him. Yasaka said he thought he was going to bless the youngsters game by showing them the oaks of Pathak. Little homie wanted to go so bad, let me do something good for little youngster. You know, he supposed he was blessing the youngster. Let's keep reading though. But he has indeed blessed me, and now I know that Eden is still there. Yo, baby, knowing is half the battle. Baby, knowing is half the battle. Hey, yo, if we rock out in purity, in a high level of faith, you hear me? Do you hear me? He gonna show us something magnificent on this plane that's gonna make us know. It's gonna make us know beyond the shadow of a reasonable doubt. We gonna know that kingdom awaits for us. And we're going to start feeling and speaking like Yasaka felt and spake after that moment. He said, and I suppose that I will bless him. But he has indeed blessed me. And now I know that Eden is still there. And it awaits us to return. And I can find peace in my soul. And we shall overcome the forces of this world that bind us.